I'm sorry. Always forgot. All right. So yeah, so some new faces. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm glad we reached a broad audience for NENA. And so today we are very, very honored to have a panel joining us. So the idea was to invite a whole panel from one of this ICRI's journal. Is the Journal of Hospitality and Tourism Education. And so there are 3 executive editors. So it's Dr. Chan, Boru Chan, and Dr. Chi-Hung, and then also as well as Dr. Ingrid Lin. So unfortunately, Dr. Lin, she really want to join us, but she's all the way in Hawaii. So I believe it was like 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. So her spirits is with us. So thank you for her participation, in spirits. So today we do have 2 panelists. Is gonna talk and gonna walk us through about the topics as a editor for a journal. And then we all know the AI, specifically ChatGPT, is the one product that everybody knows. So we want to have some insights from the editor about how this AI has an impact to our publication, as a researcher, and etc. So without further ado, let me introduce, so I will have our panelists to take the floor. And I also, then you guys can introduce yourself a little bit. All right, so if you have any questions, you are welcome to typing in the chat. I will monitor the chat. So if you have any questions. All right, so if you don't, so let's go ahead and have our panelists take over. So Boru, do you wanna share your screen?
Okay. Jihan, do you want to lead? Do you want to talk, or do you want me to lead this presentation?
Please, Boru, go ahead.
Okay. First of all, thanks to Dr. Chan's invitation. Both Jihan and I, we are here today, and actually Ingrid is supposed to join us, but it's way too early for her. So later I'm going to have introduction session of her as well. This morning I'm putting on the presentation slide mode here, thanks to the NENA's Rise and Grace program's invitation. So our topic today is the AI era, journal editors' insights on publication and practices. And by no means that Jian and I we are gonna just talk about this. We would love to invite NENA to join us as well as the most experienced editor-in-chief for JHTR. So NENA, please kind of chime in if you would like to. Okay, so I'm gonna go through a little bit topic. Dr. Chen, how long I have for this presentation? And we're gonna open for Q&A later.
This is a Rise and Grind is scheduled for an hour, so it's your decision. You want to talk for 30 minutes and 30 minutes for Q&A, or you want to talk longer or shorter. You can make you take the lead.
All right, short and sweet.
Boru,
the most is 15 minutes. Okay, go ahead.
Boru,
yes.
Maybe you may want to start the presentation. You are still in the PowerPoint mode.
I'm still in the PowerPoint mode. Actually, I'm in a presentation. Okay. So
you need to click on presentation mode, right? If you want presentation mode.
Let me do stop sharing one more time. Actually, on my computer, it's a presentation mode. So let me see one more time. If not, okay.
Maybe you are sharing your other screen because we are seeing. That's okay. It doesn't really matter, but I just want to let you know that it's not the presentation mode.
Okay. Let me see. Let me try one more time. Mm, yeah. Oh, because I have
Maybe go ahead.
There's
Go.
almost three screens. Oh, now I know what's going on here. Right. So can you see my presentation mode right now?
We are seeing the PowerPoint mode, not the presentation. We see the small screen with all the controls. It's okay. I guess if it doesn't work, just move on.
Okay, so I'm gonna do this way. All right. Oh, I have very good fancy smashy animation. Okay, so cannot. All right. So talking about AI, personally, I see this is, a lot of forum discuss about AI, including ChatGPT. It can be a challenge. And personally, I see it has an opportunity for us, but we have to be more cautious about artificial intelligence impact on our publication, research publication, for example. Here, next, I'm gonna focus on ChatGPT, but if Jihan you want to mention the other aspect of AI, it would be wonderful. Talking about ChatGPT, I mean, if we look back to everybody has a calculator, right? Okay. In 1966, when calculator was first introduced, it was a big crisis at the time. Okay, look at this. The math teachers even had protest, and then they kind of were very cautious about what exactly the integrity of learning, educating our students for them to learn about mathematics here and there. Then these new toys come up. Guess what? More than 80 years later, everybody use calculator in different shape and forms. So personally, maybe this OpenAI, ChatGPT, it could be an opportunity. Therefore, I kind of want to talk about when ChatGPT is your co-author, right, for publication, what kind of a concern it could be. So what we need to learn, maybe what is ChatGPT, learn what it is. Since February 2023, this has been kind of a changing the, landscape on everything, including publication and research. And who built it and why we know about it was founded, I'm specific talking about generated AI, OpenAI. This company founded in 2015. And it is not only work in English, now it's all many different kind of languages, including Spanish, Chinese, anywhere. And it's ChatGPT free. Currently, I thought it's free, so make it even more dangerous as well. Okay, so this is some information I'd like to share with you that we would like to be cautious and be aware of what is OpenAI. So when ChatGPT is your co-author, what should we do? I'm gonna focus on 3 topics. P for professional, and then I do have an animation. Okay, professionalism, ethics and integrity, and also I would like to walk through the author's submission guidelines that I'm gonna to take Taylor and Francis, that our Journal of Travel and Tourism Education's publisher, their guideline as an example. And I also will share 2 more kind of as an example to share with you too. Well, very simple, professionalism. Probably I'm talking about authors, including students. You probably is the only one knows that if you use generic AI for writing your paper or not. So it's more on your reputation. The second topic, P, P professionals. I'm gonna move on to E, the ethics and integrity. This is a website, the Community of Publication Ethics. It did have a lot of guidelines guiding, and almost every month it published one article after one article about concerns, different opinions and guidance on how to use AI, including OpenAI. So this is in COPE here. Just screenshot last year's they even give us more directions here and discussions, right? So basically, in terms of ethics, what should we do is, in terms of ethics, we just follow what COPE share with us, and also our common practices too. In terms of authors submission guideline, I'm going to use 3 publishers as an example. For Elsevier here, this is a nurse education practice journal, and look at this journal, the original, the first submission by the author O'Connor. She submitted it later. She added the second author is OpenAI. Just this is what has been going on right now, and shared by Elsevier. Okay, look at this. Some of the kind of credit author contribution. They even mention about this here. For this biomedical engineering society, for this particular journal, look at that. They even specify ChatGPT as a second author. Okay, so, and then for our journal, this is from Katie, from our portfolio manager from Taylor and Francis. We reaching out to her, looking for if there's any guidelines using AI, including OpenAI, for kind of when we review the manuscript here and there. And this is her responses. She said, we are investigating AI detection tools at the industry level. For our publisher, Taylor and Francis, we define authorship guideline. We do have a specific entire section there. Currently, our practice is as long as the author in the acknowledgement section mention about that, they will be acceptable. So this is a Taylor and Francis. So on our particular journal, JHTE, we do have this section, instruction for authors. So you can go there and review that, right? So that's simple. Professionalism, ethics, and communication, and also just how do you just follow the guideline. And since I have the opportunity to join NENA today, I want to somewhat promote my journal here. Okay. So we are one of the IQuiz 4 journals and reports. Journal Hospitality and Tourism Education. 3 of us, we are the executive editor. Myself, Dr. Lin Ingrid in University of Hawaii, and Jihan now is with us right now he calling from Pakistan, right? Right. So we have the honor to kind of take this executive editor's role since 2022. And then our role will conclude in 2026. Last year, our impact factor is 2.99. Our JHT has been kind of established since 1987. We accept original article, research notes, and more. Currently, we regularly publish 4 issues per year. Our aim is to serve the needs of all levels of hospitality and tourism education through research, presentation of issues, opinions pertaining to our field. Not only, but now we gradually open to not only hospitality and tourism, but all other sector related, as long as those articles related to education. That's our mission. We would like to facilitate the scholarly interchange among our discipline and all, including educators, the practitioners, and all educators from all disciplines. Okay, so this is some information about our journal now currently published on iQuiz website. So this is a conclusion of my very short, less than 15 minutes of presentation. Jihan, do you want some promotion? And everybody probably have submitted your paper, and then also we will. This is Dala wanted me to put this slide here. This year's summer international conference will be in Montreal, Canada, from July 24th to 26th. So hope to see you there in Montreal. That's it. Jihan, do you have anything want to chime in? Jihan, are you there?
I think we lost him for now.
Okay. If not, okay, this is my presentation about the AI era, journal editors insight. Any question for me? For us? Or Anna, do you have any suggestions?
Yeah, I have a question for you. As an as an editor of the journal, do you see AI kicking in from the reviewer side? Like, would editors in the future be able to use AI to do desk rejections?
So your question means
That from the editor's side, what if you use AI to do the first scan of a manuscript to see if it's suitable for the journal?
we would like to. That's what our Taylor and Francis try to do it. They are still in the process of identifying tools, but as an editor, there will be our major concern too. Yes. How about you, Anna? How do you feel?
Yeah, I mean, I've had this discussion. I'm an associate editor for the journal Sustainable Tourism, and we've been talking about it. We tried out a couple of AI platforms, but up to today, at least up to today, they are not reliable enough. So we're waiting a little bit more to get more sophisticated systems in place.
We agree with you because we reach out to our publisher and we know if we don't have enough evidence to make the decision, we would rather, similar to you, to wait as well.
Yeah, one of the problems is that there are so many papers. I mean, I know all of us are like just so bombarded by review requests. You know, that the editors really need to do a good job in desk rejecting papers that never make it to the journal.
That's true. Yeah. Well, you have question for Noah?
I do. So thank you for doing this session. I'm sorry that I had to join a little late. So you might have said this and I missed it, but is there an overall perception from an editor standpoint of authors that are using AI generation, whether it's cited or not? Are you seeing that those papers that reviewers tend to be a little more critical, or does it have an impact on potential acceptance rates if someone has a co-author that's ChatGPT?
For our journal, we do have the option. I did mention that for Taylor and Francis, as long as in acknowledgement section, you mentioned about that, it's acceptable by our journal, by our publisher, not just us. All the journal under the flagship of the Taylor and Francis. But for us, we are still in discussion as well. And acknowledgement is more important than for us to detect. What if later, maybe next month, Anna and I, we can find a better tool to detect that? That will be another story, right? So far, we kind of on standby. But I would like to also point out that what's the definition of AI? Actually, Grammarly is also considered as artificial intelligence too. And there are many, so many authors, including our students' 10 paper, they use Grammarly to improve the better, communication in their write-up or final paper or even manuscript. So the question here is, do we have the right tool to detect that? So this is the point. And key in the main focus here is we want to see if the originality of the manuscript, the paper, is what we are focusing on. Anna, do you agree with me? Originality, right? in this point, because we do not that it is still in a very premature stage in especially I'm talking about open AI, and therefore it also gives us the opportunity. Sometimes if I'm gonna stick with a student paper, I don't want to try to cherish my author's manuscript. I want to focus on student paper. If they submitted a term paper and if they use ChatGPT to write their paper, there are some chances, there are some discrepancies because they collect all the information from whatever the machine can crowd and then put into the write-up composition of the term paper. And then we want to say, I always say, what do you mean? This statement, if a student cannot justify for that, there's a big question mark here. So this tap into if the student really write the paper or not. Okay. And here, our good faith is all of our authors' manuscript they submitted. It should be their original idea from their research, hopefully. Okay.
It's not exactly a question, but thank you for your presentation, and it just made me think a lot about it. Rather than a question, I just wanted to leave a comment. You mentioned about Grammarly, and I do use ChatGPT to check my grammar. So I feel like having the line between using it for grammar purposes or just paraphrasing, like the line, it's just so unclear to write down whether I use ChatGPT or not. So when I submitted my first manuscript, I did write down that I use ChatGPT purposes for checking grammar and for doing paraphrasing, but I just did that because I was so nervous. What if I didn't write it down? And then what if something happened? So I guess that's kind of one fear that I have as a person who's still trying to write and trying to get the manuscript published. So yeah.
Okay, so it's a comment, Yeah. I would like to share with you that I'm with the Texas A&M University. The entire campus right now, actually May 1st and May 2nd, we have our entire campus-wide conference. We are going to talk about this too. So, I mean, what is acceptable, what is not. If a student use AI edit to enhance their final paper, is it acceptable? So we are coming up with a certain guideline. For example, college education is at 20% is acceptable here. So in terms of journal, we are still on standing by. We are looking for better tool to help us. But in terms of your comment, yeah. Personally, if my author, usually in our submission, we have a cover letter and send to editors. I do have also mentioned about that too. There's a reason why I say Grammarly could be considered as an AI. And then I'm very appreciated that author being open with me. But I did, this is just for JHTE. But Anna, how do you feel about that? If authors share that they use AI to enhance their, for example, Grammarly. How do
I
you
don't
feel?
have a problem with that because that's in the today and tomorrow. That's what people are gonna use. There's no way we can detect that, and there's no need for that. If people have tools available, use them to make better writing. I have no problem with that.
That's like a calculator, right? We'll use calculator in different ways in shipping forms.
And I was also thinking that even if we don't use AI, we use other tools, like for example, like human beings, we ask them to look at a manuscript to check if there's something that we could improve, like an English editor. So especially for international students, we sometimes have issues with our words, the way the sentences are structured. So even if it's not AI, and we sometimes do use outside resources, like human resources as well. So to be honest, like I feel like it's kind of too strict on AI when it comes to using the tools because we have used tools all this time. That's just a personal thought.
Great, good point. If we still have time, I would like to follow up on Jamisa's point. I heard this is open meeting. I'm not sure this. Okay, I'm gonna go for that. Rumor says that yes, we will kind of pay native English speaker to edit my authors on their edit their paper before submission. And then, so there are a lot of companies or individual can provide the services that you pay for that. And rumor says that those company they use ChatGPT to edit the manuscript submit to them. So how do you detect that? So yeah, but the originality is out my key here. To me, it's not a question. I'm not sure it's true or not because I'm not working for those editing company or individual freelancer editing papers. Question. Good point.
So can I'm sorry, did
Go
I?
ahead, Mr. Chen.
So, Dr. Chen, I have a quick question. So, just for your personal opinion, because I know the AI could be double-edged sword. So, but it's it's happening. We can't stop it. And I heard there's gonna be other AI tools just for grant writing. They can specifically form the format for NIH, NSF, like exactly the format that they wanted. So they will help you to write a grant. I think that's gonna be another tool pretty soon. So which this is moving, like AI is moving really fast. We can do anything about it. So I mean, personally, how do you feel like is more positive kind of change direction for you, or you kind of still on the fence about this whole AI thing in academia?
Personally, actually, we're gonna have a talk and big debate next week's our conference here on campus at Texas A&M. I am on the poor side. I feel even it's a tool, like similar to what Anna mentioned, if there's a tool there, why not use that? But we need to use that with integrity ethics. That's my second point here.
Yeah, thank you. I'm just curious because I know some of colleagues still kind of on the fence about using the whole AI thing, and then so I'm just wondering what's your kind of stand on this? Thank you.
I more would like to take this personally. I would like to take this as an opportunity to educate our students. Integrity, and rather than similar, I say I would be very appreciated if author send us the cover letter mention about that versus they just hide everything, right?
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a good
on the
point.
reality.
Mhm.
However, we did have another group of a colleague. They are 100% ban AI, and I'm the associate department head and working with all my faculty and instructors on their course design. And in terms of their syllabus, we do have a statement to mention about kind of a called course of honor on campus here. So one of the items is OpenAI or ChatGPT. Use a specific say ChatGPT, and I say, why don't you use generic AI? Maybe there are more products or more competitor, more tools will be available for students.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you.
I have
So
a question. So we have all our scholars and colleagues here in hospitality and tourism. How many of you have a policy that you regulate students on writing term paper using this kind of tool, ChatGPT, OpenAI? I do have that. If you like, can you use the chat box? Let me know. I'm doing a survey. So I can say how many percentage that I learned from that. So I can be on better debate side. the question here is do you have a section to regulate students not to use generative AI to improve their final paper?
So do you want us just say yes and no in the chat?
Yes and no. Yes. Okay. If it yes, give me 1. If not, okay. Yes, no. Good. Yes and no. It's great. Oh, great. In Texas A&M right now, it's 20% in our College of Agriculture as well. Yay, so I have some okay, so 4 versus 3, so I can share that with my team. Yes. Any other questions? Oh, by the way, actually, we in college education, my colleague, she's teaching grade writing, and she did have a set of tools used that their student can kind of how do I call it, acceptable to help them to write their grant. It's very useful, but not all of them are AI related. So I think that's very helpful too. So to me, AI is another option for us. Any other questions? No questions? It's good. No, personally, I feel we are still on standby, so hopefully we can have better answer. So, yeah, excellent.
Yeah, so any other questions from the audience? I mean, doesn't have to be a question, it can be a comment or some of the experience you want to share with us. That would be great about about this whole AI in the publishing process. Or I believe we have other editors in our audience. If you want to share your experience with Dr. Chen, Boru Chen, or and with us, that would be great too. Anyone?
It's not for those we have 4 of us. We have policy on open AI, right? What are your policy? Do you want to share?
Do you mean other journal?
No, in your class for on campus.
Oh, okay. So does anybody want to share? So I'm sorry, I'm in a maternity leave this semester, so I kind of feel like I'm out of touch from my classes. So anyone on the floor wanted to share if you have any policy in terms of AI in your class, please go ahead. Maureen, you want to share if you have any policy in your class about AI?
I wasn't gonna share, but
Sorry, I called out on you.
I know my college is trying to figure that out right now. Our very loose AI policy is simply it can't be used unless the instructor specifically tells you to. But I have been experimenting with assignments where I've been asking them to prompt ChatGPT and then critique it and start to identify where it's helpful and where it's nonsense. So, I've done things in class where, for example, I did a SWOT analysis of Dunkin' Donuts, and I shared exactly what Dunkin', what it said, and the students pretty immediately picked up on how vague and how it lacked depth and specificity. And so that was a really helpful activity to show them that it's a tool and not the solution. For now. I don't know where it'll be in a couple of years, but for now, you know, it can be a useful tool, but it's not enough.
Agree. It's a tool, not a solution. Huh? Christine, do you want to share with us?
Sure. I use AI pretty heavily in my classroom. I actually started with Project Spark, which is like a specific event planning product. And students have been using that for 3 semesters now. But I'm now starting to do, in the fall, I'm going to do more things with ChatGPT. I'm actually going to take them through the process that I did for my slides for the NENA conference. So I wrote my abstract, and then I took my abstract and I put it in ChatGPT. I asked it to create an outline. Then I took that outline and I put it into Canva AI, and it created my slides. Once I went and updated it, then I put that back into chat and had it grade it. So I'm going to show them, and the reason I'm doing that is I'm really trying to dive pretty deep into how our industry is using AI. They're saying that they want our students to use AI, but they don't even know what they want that for right now. I'm trying to do some practical things with it, like creating slides that almost takes them too long to do. And a lot of times for the students, it's not in the same voice. So so in the beginning of the semester, I take 2 full classes on AI. And I'm putting now in some assessments on kind of how to dissect it and different ways to look at it, to really try to, it's not going away. So I might as well sit and figure it out. So that's kind of, so I do have AI policies in my classroom.
Wonderful. Actually, HSMAI, they did have forum. They talk about how AI has gradually impact on the industry, including marketing, in promotion and marketing, right? Even impact on revenue management, accounting as well. So that's actually here, Texas Hotel Lodging Association came to me for solution. They love this tool. They say, "Oh, can you train your student on that?" So that's the reason why I'm on the pro side, prepare our student ready for that. So thank you. Hey, Yong, to lead, you also have policy, right? Do you want to share with us?
We do have policy, but still the university-wide, we're actually working on it to develop the new policy. But currently the school requests us to put in the policy, something like, it's totally based on the instructors, but, do not use the AI tool to, just to generate all their assignments. So, for example, you guys just mentioned that just for the practical purposes, it's okay to use. However, some undergrad student, they all sometimes they just request to answer all the question or writing the paper. In that case, we have the issues. So it's not that much strict, but we just try to catch the student not to heavily depends on their essay or some writing assignments. But for the graduate the students, but we actually use this tool kind of to use some software program like analyze some data, but not the whole data analyzing to check it to some error. So yeah, so kind of we can see the positive and the disadvantages. However, our school wide we try student not to use the AI tool. So we share the script, all the faculty member, we must add this, description to the syllabus. But currently, we're also working on the, kind of try to find the effective way how we can help the student in the learning process.
Wonderful. Thank you. Noel, you also have some policy you want to share with us?
I don't think Noel is
Not here.
in here, yeah, anymore.
All right. Ooh, thank you so much. Right. I would like to share with you that actually, even though we do have, our college has the 25% the use of AI, generative AI tool, but we do have academic freedoms here. I cannot regulate anyone. Need to have this kind of a policy for each courses they assigned to teach too. So that's another point I forgot to mention, academic freedom here. Yeah. So there's a reason why we had a debate this week. All right, thank you so very much for sharing this with me. My next point is JHTE, we are going to have a special issue focusing on artificial intelligence impact on hospitality and tourism education.
Is it just me or Dr. Chin's frozen?
Yeah, I think she froze.
Okay. Oops. Let me see if we lost her. Oh, okay. I think we lost her as well, unfortunately. All right. So, well, since all our we kind of lost our all our panelists, so I'm sorry. I think I might miss something, and Dr. Chin was talking about which journal has a special issue on AI. Does anybody remember? Okay, it's okay. I can ask her to
just the Journal of Hospital and Tourism Education.
education. Oh, the one that she's okay, special issue. Okay. So yeah, that would be a good opportunity. I mean, especially it's the education. So I think it's a lot of if all of us are doing some experimental thing like marine, so that would be a good kind of piece of a source for submitting to special issue. All right, so I think since we lost all our panelists, I will conclude our session on their behalf. So thank you again, and I just saw the chat, so thank you, Dr. Oak, Mike, to share. Oh, you're back.
No, something got kicked out and coming back. Okay, my point was we are going to have a special issue. JHTE is going to have special issue focus on artificial intelligence related to education and training too. So stay tuned. We are gonna announce this special issue. And if you have policy or you do not have the policy for your classes, and or even if you have any collaboration with the industry, we welcome your submission. That's my point.
Dr. Chen, do you guys have a call for paper yet, or it's gonna be a little while?
It's gonna be next month. We are still in the process of getting approval from our publisher. We will let you know soon. Is that okay? It will be one of the first to know about it.
Okay. Thank you so
And
much.
the other thing, talking about not just with my journal, we basically has a special interest group. I am working with Lisa Gao from Dr. Gao. We from Hong Kong Polytech University. We are serving for the services management special interest group, and for our for 2024 three events, we're all focusing on how technologies and more innovative trends related to service management. If you have any kind of interest in serving as our keynote speaker, please let us know. We would love to invite you, and collectively will be a research forum. Let's discuss what will be future related AI's era's impact on service management. Okay, so two announcements. Okay.
Right. Thank you, Dr. Shin, for this promotion. All right. So So I was going to conclude the session for you, but since you're back, so do you want to conclude this session, or if you want to keep going, you're totally welcome to do it.
No, I'm okay. I'm okay already. I just, first of all, I got my survey. Second of all, I do some promotion about my journal and the special issue. I'm very grateful to have this opportunity to meet all of you. I used to be with NENA. Now it's with
Yeah, that's
West
right.
Federation Cree. And then hopefully we can see each other in Montreal, if not online.
Sounds good. All right. So again, thank you so much, everybody. Oh, John, thank you so much. So that's the guideline that the ChatGPT gave it to you.
Yeah, I just asked ChatGPT if ChatGPT can give us a policy, so I'm just putting it out.
Oh, cool.
It's interesting that ChatGPT is giving the. Just let me finish. Let me finish this up, then we can take off.
Actually, Texas A&M's campus, our supporting staff, we are permissible to use Bing Chat to publish all the communication on campus. Guess what? There's OpenAI.
Yep.
And I know my business manager, she is writing our scholarship policy with the help of OpenAI too. Wow, this is great to share this with us. And then this is written by OpenAI. This could be tested and can be a research paper, right?
I was just curious what AI thinks about its own policies, so that's why I asked ChatGPT.
Okay. Thank you so much for the opportunity to meet with you all here.
Well, thank you so much, John, for doing this. It's like they're a player and the referee at the same time, right?
We need acknowledgement, John. Thank you. I wish, okay.
All right. So if you guys don't have any more questions, so thank you so much for again joining us on a Friday morning, and enjoy the weekend and good weather. I'm not sure about your area. We will have good weather in Western New York. So thank you so much, and have a nice weekend, everyone. And we will post this recording to our NENA website if you wanted to kind of recap to this presentation. You are welcome to when we post on our NENA website. So again, thank you for coming and enjoy your weekend. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Take care.